Thank you guys. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll discuss about the topic data types and the opcodes and built-in function in RPGLE. So first we'll discuss what is the data types. Data types are nothing but it usually used to store the data. You know what kind of data you want it to store in the variable. Okay. So we might have seen that there is a different kind of data types like basically we have a data A to Z, and for the numeric 0 to 9, and for the date we dd and and yy format, and for minutes and seconds, and we also see these some 10.23 and 22 something. Okay, so these are the some different kind of the data, and if you wanted to store A to Z, and what kind of data type you have to use in AS400, and if you wanted to use 0 to 9 only numeric, and what would be the variable data type, so that we will discuss. Okay, so as you can see here, in data types in RPGLE define what kind of data variable can hold, and each variable in your program needs to be of a certain data type, depending on whether it's going to store the numbers or text or dates or etc. Okay, first we'll discuss about the character data type. So character data type basically store the character information. What does it mean, the character information? Character information are like A to Z, and there also, so you can see there's some special character like at the rate and ash or something. So which are comes into the character, and if you wanted to store some that kind of data into the any variable in your AS400, that variable should be declared as a alphanumeric data type. And how you can instruct it to the program, it is alphanumeric data type. So there you can see here, so you have, this is a variable name and it is a standalone variable, since it is a s, and it is the length of the variable here a. Okay, a means the alphanumeric, a means the data type. So if any variable having the data type a, so that variable can hold the information of the character, that is the A to Z and at the rate and any special symbols. Okay, it's not only at the rate, it can be any special symbol, and you can also store the numeric information in the this data type, but that numeric value also be considered as a character. Okay, so you can store the numeric information like in the quotation 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 like this. Okay, and it is also character because it is having the quotations and at the beginning and end of the your value. Okay, so where you have a requirement to store your numeric value, but that actually not the numeric, it is a character value, and then you can preferably go with the alphanumeric, that is a is the alphanumeric data type. So here you can see which hold the text or string data, such as the letters, words or sentences. Okay, next we'll discuss about the numeric data type. So what is a numeric data type? So we can store 0 to 9 only numeric values like 1 2 3 4 5 6 etc etc. Okay, so there is a two types of data types in AS400. One is a packed and second is a zero. The both data types use it to store the the numeric information, but what is the mainly difference? It is a memory allocation. For example, you have a 1 2 3 4 5 6, and if you use a pack and it is used at 2 bytes of memory. Okay, same 1 2 3 4 5 if you store in the zoned s, and it is used of 4 bytes of memory. Okay, it is related to the bytes. So that is why you can see that store numbers in the compressed form. Okay, compressed form, and store the number with each digit in the separate position. So okay, it is just a difference is a memory allocation, and in the both the cases you can have the decimal positions, and both the cases you can store the numeric values. And here you can see age and price, and for age you use a 3p0. It is a packet of 3 digits, there is no decimal places here. And when it comes to the price, we have a 7p2, and it is a 7 digit, but you have a 2 decimal places. In this case, what would be the value? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Since you have a 2 decimal places, the point will be here. Okay, the value will be 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 point. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry guys, here the values will be 1 2 3 4 5.67. Okay, so this is a numeric data type. So next, the date is one kind of data type where you can store the only date. Okay, like dd mm YYY format. It is a basically IS star ISO or star USA. Okay, so there is a different kind of date formats that we will discuss it later. Okay, so like star ISO is the Indian time and star USA is the USA time, and where you have a star just MDY month and year and star YMD format and year and month and date. Okay, so these are the different kind of the data format you can store in the this date variable. So how you can instruct the program to it is a date variable. So it is a data type D. Okay, if your data type is D, it is storing the date information. Okay, and if data type is T, and it is store the time information. Time in the sense hours and minutes and seconds. Okay, so this is how the time format will be. Okay, simple. By seeing the time is the, you can understand it is storing the time, but you have to understand what is the data type for the time, and what is the data type for the date, and what is the data type for the alphanumeric, what is the data type for the zoned, and what is the data type for the packed. Okay, and timestamp is a Z. What is a timestamp? Combination of date and time. Okay, combination of date and time. It is a timestamp. Timestamp is a Z. Okay, if it is a Z, it is a timestamp. And why data types are matter? Okay, so using the right data type to ensure that program can handle data correctly. Okay, for example, where you can see in the some any of login page, and the first username should be character, and where you can see the passwords have in a combination of the letters, right? So if you use the right type of data types, okay, the program handle the data correctly. Okay, so this is the main advantage of the data types. And for instance, you can mistakenly try to store the text or text in a numeric variable. The program won't work properly, right? So understanding the data types help you to avoid such errors, like, so where you cannot pass the new the character into the numeric field. So these kind of mistakes you won't do. It won't happen if you use the proper data types. Okay, so next we'll discuss about the operations codes. What is the operation codes in the RPGLE? Okay, so operation codes are commands or instruct that tell the program what to do. Okay, so if you, for example, in your we'll take an example like, so where I have a result is equal to number 1 plus number 2. Okay, so here what we are doing, like, it is a normal free format. For example, where you have a number 1, just add I used, and number 2 I wanted to store in the res. Okay, this is what we seen example in previous video, right? So here what we are instructing to program, just add the numbers. What are the numbers? Number 1 and number 2. And the information you have to store in the res variable. Okay, here what we are doing, instructing the program to do the what operation? Addition operation. The same way we have a almost 83 or 90 opcodes are there. So though by using those opcodes, you can instruct the program to what operation you wanted to do. Okay. For example, you have a file, you declare that file in the F specification, and you wanted to read that file. How you can instruct the program to read that file? We have a read operation code, and you wanted to update some information into the file. How you can instruct that? We have a update operation code. And if you wanted to delete some record, and we have a delete operation code. And we also have a separate different kind of the operations codes related to the file, related to the string, related to the date, and these are the operation codes are there. So by using that only we'll write the program. So those operation codes are help to help us to instruct the program to understand our logic or algorithm. Okay, if you can see some of the operation code, move and move the data from one place to another place. One place in a sense, one variable to another variable. Okay, here we are moving the hello to my variable. Here adding, add 2 3 into storing into the my sum. Okay, and if else and if condition, these are the some decision making conditions. So these are the operation codes. Okay, and same we also have the built-in functions. The built-in functions are written into the perform the common task. If we can see here, you have a one string called anything. Okay, so bud you have. Okay, and there is some spaces here, two spaces, and now you wanted to remove these spaces, and you have to perform some string operation here, right? So that is a percentile trim, and it do the common operation. What is the operation it is do? It remove the spaces irrespective of data. If you wanted to remove any spaces, you can go and use a percentile trim. And if you wanted to get the length of your string, you can use a percentile length. And percentile date, it converts the date format. For example, star IS42, you wanted to you wanted to convert a star ESA, you can use a percentile date. Okay, So building functions to use perform the some common task, and this is also kind of instruct the program to what operations you wanted to do with that string. Okay, so that is the thing, building functions. And building function, almost we have 43 or 50 building functions are there, and we also have the operations code on 90. Okay, so if you know the operations code perfectly, and if you know the building function perfectly, like when you wanted to use what is the use of operation codes, and then you will be almost good with RPGLE concepts, and you can able to write some any kind of algorithms. Okay, so this is all about the today class, and thank you guys, and please subscribe my channel, and I'll keep uploading the videos. Thanks for your support.